Before starting out this video, I just want to ask yourself one honest question. How many times in a week did you open your ads manager, stare at your numbers, not knowing what to fix, or your ROAS dropped overnight and nothing changed on your end, or you had a new agency, paid them good money, and 3 months later you are at the same exact place or worse? The most frustrating part is you don't know what the actual problem is. Is it the ads, is it the offer, or is it the landing page? So let's just deep dive into how I scale a brand from 1.2k to $51,000 in just 90 days. So let's focus on, before me, this brand was struggling with inconsistencies of sales, right? And you can see on the month of December, they were just at the 1.2k. And what I did, I just deep dive into every single thing. I just audited every single funnel, their offers, their landing pages, their creatives, their metrics. And I found out a lot of things, but the main things were they had a limited creatives. The CPS were really, really high, and the messaging, there was a messaging mismatch between their landing page and their ads, and they have the no guarantees and no offers to sell the people. And once I start fixing out these all things and I start improving the system and building the strategies, we closed around $51,000 in the month of March. So the question is how I reduce the CPA and how I able to scale this brand from 1.2k to $51,000, and how you can do it too. So there are three main things that you have to fix for every businesses, right? So main three process are, so here's how thing works. Your ad should be made to sell the click, right? And on the landing page, the landing page should be made to educate the people enough to convert, right? So this should be only made to sell the clicks. That means your CTR should be really, really high. So that means more people start coming towards your landing page, and once they come to the landing page, they have enough education about your product so they can start converting. And if you see that your conversion rate is really low, that means that you are not educating your buyers enough. So once you are done with the landing page, let's come with the second thing that is really, really important, and which is creative process. And your creative should be really, really good that your buyer feels like it was made for them, right? So there are four exact processes that I did to make my creatives, and it not only scales my brand, it reduced my CPA from $150 to $67, right? So first and most important is market research, and you have to do your market research before making creatives, finding out their pains, their desires, their fears, what they want, how fast they want, or what things are making them unable to sleep, right? So once you're done with the market research, you have to come up with the copywriting, which is finding out the scroll stopping hooks, right? You have to start hitting the pain points, you have to showing product as a solution, right? And you have to make a really, really good CTA, right? So once you're done with the market research, once you have started writing the ad copy, you start writing the scripts, you're finding out the scroll stopping hooks, you have to start making different ad formats. So here is something that nobody tells you, that the creative has two variables, right? One is angle and one is format. Angle is what to say and format is how to say it, right? So what I've seen that most brands do is start testing out different angles with the same format, right? So what you have to do, you start testing out the different angles with the different formats. So your creative should speak your customer language, should hit every pain, take them to their deepest desires by offering them their obvious solution, which is your product, right? And what are the formats you can use is, you can use the before and after, us versus them, hook image, problem to educate solution, educational hook, educational image or video, or UGC videos, right? So once you're done with the market research, copywriting, start making different ad formats, you have to divide your creative into their funnel, right? So what I do for every single business or every single ad account, what I do is I start making with the 60 to 70% of the creatives for the top of the funnel. So my main reason to testing out the top of the funnel or making the top of the funnel creative is to get more and more new audiences into my funnel. So what I did for the same brand, I started with the top of the funnel creatives to get more cold audience into my funnel, and then converted them with retargeting or middle of the funnel creatives. So this is the exact same process that I did to make my creatives, and this not only scales my brand, it reduces my CPA from $150 to $67, right? So what I will do is I just focus 70 to 80% of my time doing the market research and coming up with the scroll stopping hooks, right? So this is really, really important. And once you have done your market research, or once you have come up with the fears, your ICP's fears, wishes, desires, your landing page would be really good, your ads would be really good, right? So just focus on the market research and spend your most of your time doing the market research. Now once we are done with the creative process, let's focus on this simple framework to scale, and this is really, really important to understand, right? So before diving into other things, let's focus on what our goal is. Our goal is to increase your ROAS, and how we can increase your ROAS is by increasing the conversion rate, by increasing the average order value, by increasing the CTR on the ads, and by decreasing the CPM. And by increasing our ROAS means we have to get new audience and track new customer CPA, right? So If you are just focusing on the small pool of audiences, or if your focus is on the only the engaged audience, your ROAS will be above, will be scale. Your ROAS will be really high, but it will be stable for only few weeks, right? So what you have to do, you have to make a funnel. You have to make a simple funnel where you have to start getting new audiences and you start tracking the new customer CPA. And once you've done start getting the new audiences and you understand how to convert these new audiences into the funnel, your ROAS will definitely scale up. So on the campaign structure side, I focus on the two phases. First phase is prospecting and finding new customers, and the second phase is scaling the winners, right? And the first phase is really important for us because I have seen 90% of the brands are not stable in this phase, right? So what you have to do, you have to start testing out creatives, and by testing out the creatives, I mean test out every single angles, formats, personas, audiences, creatives, offers, every single thing, right? And once you find out the winning creative, winning audience, or winning offers, you have to create more ads like winning ads. You have to create more ads like these winnings, right? So what our goal on this phase one is, we have to acquire new and high quality customers. We have to train our pixel. We have to find out the winning angles, winning hooks, winning personas, winning formats, and winning offers, right? And what are the metrics that I check in this phase is the CTR, the purchases, the ROAS, the CPC, the CPA, the landing page view percentage, and add to cart to checkout ratio. And what you can do on the funnel side is, from the ads to landing page funnel, you have to test out landing page and different product pages to increase this conversion rate. See if you're getting good CTR and good add to cart to checkout ratio, right? Then on the landing page to offer, you have to test out every single front end offers, back end offers, test out every single offers to increase your AOV, LTV, and you can check on the analytics that which offers are working great, right? If your add to cart to checkout ratio is above 40 to 50%, your checkout to purchase ratio would be really good, right? So once I'm done with the phase one, and once I'm really good at I have tested out every single thing and my system is ready to go to scale and I've fixed out every single bottleneck, then I go with the scaling phase. And by going to scaling phase, this is really simple, that I go with the one campaign, one ad set, and all the winning ads, right? So here is something really important, that once you're going into the scaling winners, you just don't have to jump right away. You start finding out the few limited creatives, right? Or you tested out the few creatives and you just jump into the scaling phase. That's not the case, right? You should have to fix out every single bottleneck that you see on the testing phase. You should have to find out good amount of creatives, good amount of winning creatives, good amount of winning offers, landing pages, audiences. Then you have to go into the scaling phase. And also, by going into scaling phase, that doesn't mean that you just have to increase your budget by 50 or 60 or 70%. You just have to scale your budget by only 20% and just wait to see if your ROAS is stable. Once your ROAS is stable, you can just increase it by 20% every single day, right? But my main focus is on the phase one, which is really important. If your phase one is not good enough, you would not be scaling your winners. So this is the exact entire process that I implement to scale this brand from 1.2K to $51,000, or reducing the CPF from $150 to $67. And seriously, this is not the one brand that I scaled. I've worked with multiple brands and I've scaled multiple brands, right? So let me leave you with this. I know what it feels like when you have inconsistency of sales. I know what it feels like when your ROAS dropped overnight. I know what it feels like when you hire an agency and you paid them a good money, but you're still at the same exact place after the 4 months. This brand felt all of that last December, and what changed was not the product, not the budget, and not the market. The change was the system, the landing page that actually converts, creative built on the process, not hopes, and campaign structure that designed to find winners and scale them, not just randomly throwing money onto the algorithm. Right now, inside your business, one of these three things is broken, or maybe all three. The only question is which one to fix first. If you already know what is broken inside your ad campaigns or inside your business, but do not know what to fix, or if you have been looking at the same revenue month after month and you are stuck scaling your revenue, the link below is where you can go next. I work directly with a small number of e-commerce brands. I come into the account, run the full audit, identify the bottleneck, build the system, and scale it exactly like this. If this is what you need, just book the strategy call with me, or if not, you can just use my case study and implement it today for your business.